Reports this afternoon indicate that the hire of former Iowa State head coach Fred Hoiberg as the 28th head coach of the men's basketball team is close to being official. Sources: Fred Hoiberg has agreed in principle to become Nebraska's next head basketball coach. Press conference early next week. Jon Rothstein, at Jon Rothstein, March 30, 2019. As before with the Scott Frost and Mike Leach hires, Bill Moos and his athletic department seem fairly apt at running interference, despite the leaky nature of the 21st century. Recall that Bill Moos indicated it could take up to a fortnight to identify the hire. Here we are, 5 days later, and Bill Moos appears to have his man. As of right now, it appears Hoiberg will be introduced formally on Tuesday, but a press release announcement may appear shortly now that the cat is more or less out of the bag and scratching up the carpet. Hoiberg is the grandson of former Nebraska basketball head coach Jerry Bush (1954–1963). While he was born in Lincoln, Hoiberg's formative years were spent in Ames, Iowa. Despite receiving a scholarship offer to play quarterback for Tom Osborne, the former Iowa Mr. Basketball instead chose a successful basketball career with his hometown Cyclones, 1991 to 1995, culminating in his All-Big 8 selection in 1995. He also received write-in votes during the 1993 election for mayor in Ames, leading to his nickname, the Mayor. If you want to really annoy Iowa State fans, refer to him as the Mayor as much as possible in non-Iowa State contexts. Following his time at Iowa State, he was drafted by the Indiana Pacers of the NBA in its 1995 draft. In 1999, Hoiberg was signed by the Chicago Bulls, and in 2003 he joined the Minnesota Timberwolves. He retired in 2006, following a successful aortic valve replacement. He spent the next 4 years in the front office for the Timberwolves. In 2010, Hoiberg was introduced as Iowa State's newest coach, replacing Greg McDermott of J-Sker fame. Over the next 5 seasons, Hoiberg would aggressively scour the transfer market to renovate a dismal Iowa State squad, taking the Cyclones to 4 NCAA tournaments, including a Sweet 16 appearance in 2014. ISU's trip to the tournament in 2012 was its first since 2005. In 2015, Hoiberg left Iowa State to take the vacant head coach position for the Chicago Bulls. After 3 dismal seasons as the head coach, Hoiberg was dismissed in December 2018. Fred Hoiberg is also expected to hire St. John's assistant Matt Abdelmassa, source told at Stadium. Abdelmassa was with Hoiberg at Iowa State and did much of the heavy lifting with recruiting. Jeff Goodman, at Goodman Hoops, March 30, 2019. Hoiberg is expected to bring Matt Abdelmassa, currently at St. John's, as an assistant coach. Abdelmassi, is considered an integral component of Hoiberg's aggressive approach to the transfer market from his Iowa State days. I'd expect Hoiberg and Abdelmassa to overhaul Nebraska's roster for 2019 and beyond through similar means. Hoiberg's immediate recruiting job, however, convincing Isaiah Roby another year of seasoning would be beneficial to his NBA career, though it's hard to argue getting paid real money versus monopoly money. Anyways, here's some perspectives on Hoiberg from his Iowa State days, how Fred Hoiberg became too big for Iowa State perception and reality. With or without Hoiberg, what is Fred Hoiberg worth to Iowa State basketball? Fred Hoiberg left behind a loaded roster at Iowa State. As I said above, these reports are preliminary and subject to change, but we're gagging on the smoke for this fire. On paper, this is a great hire. This is the type of game-changing hire, and I suspect the money will reflect that can finally deliver Nebraska an NCAA tournament win, and perhaps so much more. This is the big-time program we've been waiting on, folks. Nebraska has finally joined the 21st century. Buckle up.